Hi folks, John Ambrozic here from Smail Cadillac in Greensburg, and today we're going to do a ride along in the all-new, refreshed 2019 Cadillac CT6. And right off the bat, you're going to notice the whole front end totally different. Anybody who is familiar with the Cadillac Escala concept vehicle that Cadillac came out with a few years back are going to notice basically they took that grille and headlight design, and when we're going to walk around the back here, the tail light design also basically took that straight off of that vehicle, put it on the CT6. So what you're going to notice again, front end is a little bit more squared off, gives it a little bit more muscular look. You're going to have Cadillac's new grille design here with the chrome across the front. Almost gives it like a kind of like a metallic cut type of look to it. And then the headlights now, this is Cadillac's new design. They're L-shaped headlights, which before you did not have the full LED running down along the front. So you're gonna see here you have your headlights. You're gonna come down here now, you have the LED running lights. So that's gonna be your daytime running light. Also your integrated turn signal there in the front. Again, we're gonna come around the back and you're gonna see the trunk deck has changed a little bit. The biggest you're going to notice here is across the back of the trunk, and again the tail lights. So the tail lights also have that L shape that they took straight off of the Escala. So again, you're going to have your tail lights come across here and straight down. But again, have really done a good job and done enough to differentiate between the previous models. And this refresh just kind of again brings a lot to the vehicle. We're gonna get the refreshed CT6 here out on the road, but before we do that, I wanna go over some of the things that they've changed inside. Go over those real quick. So they've changed the screen, made the screen a little bit bigger, put a little bit of an overhang here to make it easier for you to see. But the biggest difference is gonna be your shifter and the addition of the rotary control knob. So what they did away with was the previous CT6 right here, you had a little like a mouse pad, touch mouse pad. They went away from that and added their new rotary control, which is really nice and easy to use. You still have your volume slider right here for the radio. But what they did with this here, this small knob here in the front is going to be your audio. So that's your volume control right there. To either side of that, you have your seek buttons. So if you hit to the right or to the left, it's going to either seek up or down in the radio stations, depending on whether you're in XM or FM. Below that, you're going to have a couple shortcuts. So you have your radio shortcut here with a music note on it. To the right of that, you have the little arrow. If you touch that, that's going to take you right into your navigation shortcut. You have your phone shortcut here at the bottom. And then the one on the bottom here, the left, is going to be the back. So it will take you whatever screen you go into, you hit the back button, it's going to take you right back out of there. Along with the rotary knob now, if you're in the radio stations, this is basically going to be like your tuning knob also. So if you tune this, you're going to see here you're changing stations. If you're in FM, it's just going to be a fine tune to get you to a radio station. Now if you push down on this button, it's going to bring up your favorites, FM stations, or your sources. So if you just kind of scroll down to your sources, hit the button, now you're going to be able to go in here and select whether you want AM, FM, XM, or Bluetooth. Once you pick something, you just push down on the knob and it's going to take you right into the station. So that's one big difference. The shifter is the other difference. They've gone from a traditional shifter to an electronic shifter. It's a little bit different than if you're familiar with the electronic shifter that's in the XT5. A little bit different. They have gone away from pulling it straight back to drive. When you were going into reverse, you would push up into the left. This here is a more natural feel for the shifter itself. So it's almost just like a standard shifter. You're going to push the button here on the left, pull straight back for drive. Now when you push forward, you're going to see it stops about right here. It's going to shift you into neutral. If you push the button again on the left and push it forward, you're in reverse. You're going to see your backup camera comes up right there. The nice thing that they've done for 2019, all the vehicles are going to have HD cameras now. So it's going to give you a nice clear view of what's behind you. And then depending on what trim level you have, In the premium luxury, you can get the surround vision available. If you do have the surround vision, that's going to be available in HD also. Right in front of the shifter, they've moved your mode select and your traction control off button. So the mode select is the one that's going to switch you between touring, sport, and snow and ice. So if you push the mode button, you're going to see here in the driver mode, it's going to come up in front of you, and then you're just going to scroll through, leave the check mark wherever you want it. Once that goes off, it's in the mode. So you see I left it in sport, gives you the flag up there at the top showing you that you're in sport mode. If I go to tour, you see that flag goes away. If I go to snow and ice and leave it there, you're going to see a snowflake there to give you a visual on what mode you're in. Trim level that we're in currently is a luxury. This one has the forward collision, lane departure features added to it. Once that feature itself activates, you can see here on the dashboard below your speed limit there, speedometer, you're going to see a little green vehicle. That's actually taking a picture of the vehicle in front of me, so it's showing that green is indicating you're at a nice safe distance from the car in front of you. In case they had to stop or do whatever, you're at a distance where you'll be able to stop with no issue. Driving now, if you get, again, depending on your speed and the distance, you start to get closer to the car in front of you, you're going to see that little indicator turn yellow. That's just letting you know that now if that car were to slow down in front of you, you're going to have a little bit harder time stopping and possibly avoiding an accident. If you get really close to that car, even closer than that, you're going to see that little indicator will actually flash. This one here has your indicator lights that are up here in the front of the binnacle. What it does is there's little red lights that are in the dash there that will reflect up onto the windshield, along with also vibrating your seat. It does have the driver awareness seat, so it's going to vibrate your seat and basically build up pressure and prepare your brakes. Will not apply them for you, but it actually builds up pressure, prepares them, so if you do have to push on the brakes, you're basically not doing it as hard as you normally would. So gives you a little bit of a nice safety there. This one again has navigation, so you can see to the left of where your forward collision indicator is, you're going to have a little speed limit sign down there on the bottom. That's basically showing you the speed of the road that you're on. So with the navigation, it's going to give you, you know, that speed limit right there. To the left of that, you're going to see your lane keep assist activated. Again, green is going to indicate that you're in between the lines. If I happen to drift to the left, what you're going to see is it turns yellow, and the steering wheel, again, very subtle, but the steering wheel is going to nudge you back in the direction that you're drifting. So again, if I kind of go here to the left, you're going to see it's actually pushing me back the opposite way. So as long as you are just drifting, if you use your turn signal to switch lanes, vehicle knows that you're doing it intentionally. So this is only going to be if you drift. If you drift to the right or to the left, not use your turn signal, the vehicle thinks that it's unintentional, and it's going to, again, subtly want to nudge the steering wheel and nudge you back over. For safety reasons, again, if you have to make a maneuver where maybe something stops in front of you and you have to quickly avoid it by going over the lines, it's not going to, basically it's an override, so it's not going to force you back into the lane. And that feature is also an override. So if I start to go to the left here and I just kind of basically hold my steering wheel to the left, you can see there it still wanted to stay yellow. It's not going to be intrusive and force you back over. Again, it's a very subtle nudge. This vehicle is also equipped with IntelliBeam headlights. If you're not familiar with that, basically what that is at night, when the system is activated, there's actually a little button here over on your turn signal stalk to activate that. It's going to be activated at night when your automatic headlights come on. You push the button, indicator light will show up on the dashboard to tell you that the system is on or off. Again, basically what that's going to do, dark enough outside when the system is activated, it's going to automatically turn your high beams on and off for you. Again, it utilizes the camera, forward-facing camera that's behind the rearview mirror here. If you do have a car coming towards you and the camera picks up the headlights, it will automatically shut the high beams off. When the vehicle passes, it's going to turn them back on. At the same time, it's going to do the exact same thing for a vehicle that you're approaching that's in your same lane. So if it picks up taillights in front of you, also will shut the high beams off. Once that vehicle is gone from in front of you, it will automatically turn them back on if the system is activated. Also comes with your rain sense wipers, which are nice. You basically just set it to the auto setting, and you would just adjust your intermittent control and just leave it. And then anytime there is any water, moisture, anything on the windshield, it's going to automatically turn your wipers on. And then depending on where you have that intermittent setting is going to determine how quickly that intermittent wiping will work. If it starts to rain and it's just a mist, it's going to just kind of kick in and out of that intermittent setting. If it does start to rain harder, it will automatically adjust the speed either to your low continuous setting or your high setting, depending on how hard it is raining. Once it stops, it will just shut the wipers back off, which again is a real nice feature. You don't have to worry about playing with on and off and intermittent if it's just kind of misting outside. Again, the steering wheel controls identical from 2017 up. Everything is nice basically at your thumb, so you don't have to take your hands off of the steering wheel for anything. You have your controls over here for your volume for the radio. To the left, I have my controls for your voice command and to answer, hang up for the telephone. You have your buttons here for your cruise control, so on and off. You have your resume button, set button. Down below here, we have our controls for your forward collision. So if you hit this button right here, your collision alert is going to come up in front of you. You'll be able to adjust to a far, medium, or near setting. Right below that, you have your lane keep assist button. When the little yellow light here is on, it's indicating the system is on. If you wanted to shut the system off, you just push that button and the system will be off. Your two buttons right here, these are going to be for your preset stations on the radio. So anytime that you're in a preset, this button right here is going to go up, the other button's going to go down, and then you have your arrow controls here, your four-way and your select, and that's basically going to control your driver information center, switch you back and forth between your different screens, and you have your select button. This one you also have your paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. So there is a manual mode for this. If you see here, we're in drive, there's an M. If I wanted to put it in manual mode, I would just pull straight back. Once I do that, you're going to see up here on the dashboard down in the right hand corner will be an M indicator with a gear. And basically now if I just shift with my paddles, the left one is going to be shifting down the gear, the right one is going to be up. Basically I can just use my paddle shifters now, give you a little bit of a sportier feel while you're driving. Once you want to get back out of manual mode, you just pull it straight back again, and now you see your shift indicator will just go to a D, showing you that you're in normal drive. It's going to automatically just shift by itself. The other thing that they changed for 2019, these Cadillacs have a 10-speed transmission, which is very smooth and fluent and helps increase the gas mileage. The all-wheel drive feature in this vehicle, very nice feature. If you've never driven one of the Cadillac sedans with the all-wheel drive, it's a very, very nice feature. Okay, so this vehicle is equipped with side blind zone indicators. If you're not familiar, it's the little yellow lights that you're going to see in the corner of mirrors of vehicles that you pass. Basically what it's going to do is I have a car approaching me here on the left. That light is going to indicate when there is somebody to my left here. And you know, it's a big dump truck, so one of those things, if it's in your blind spot, you can't see it, makes it nice to have that there to indicate that there is somebody there. If I turn my turn signal on, you're going to see that thing blink again, just to kind of let you know, hey, there is somebody there, in case they are again in that blind spot where you can't see them. Show you the sunroof here. The nice feature, you actually have a dual sunroof, and you have your buttons right here that are going to control them. So let's say you got somebody driving, they don't really want that sun coming in, but maybe the person in the back seat wants a little bit of a more open space. You can actually shut this shade, leave the one in the back open. If you wanted to shut that one, you can actually hit that button and close that one. And again, open this one however you wanted to do. So nice feature with the sunroof. The front part is the only one that is actually will open. The rear is fixed. So again, it's just something to kind of give that passengers in the rear seat a little bit more of an open feel. All right, guys, so that was our ride along for the all new refreshed Cadillac CT6 for 2019. Hopefully you had as good a time as I did driving the vehicle. And if you have any questions or would like to come in and take a look and maybe consider the CT6 as your next vehicle, come on down and visit us right on Route 30 in Greensburg, or check us out on the web at smailcadillac.com.